Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be jumping into SiteMinder's Changing Traveler Report 2025.
Oh, yeah.
They surveyed over 12,000 travelers across 13 countries to kind of get a sense of what's next for the world of travel.
Yeah.
So if you're planning a trip or you work in the travel industry, this is kind of like a cheat sheet for planning that dream trip
Exactly.
or staying ahead of the curve.
It's a really great report, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of the best ones that's out there.
Yeah. So this report introduces this idea of an everything traveler.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious, like, what makes this traveler tick?
So the everything traveler really wants it all, right? They're adventurous and they want to blend technology with the personal touch.
Right.
They want value for money, but they're also willing to spend money on the things that really matter to them.
So they're kind of discerning in that way.
Yes, very much so. So it's not surprising that 72% of travelers are planning international trips in 2025. That's up from 65% in 2024.
Oh, wow.
So we're seeing people really kind of branch out. Yeah. Package deals are still really popular.
Okay.
But we're seeing a shift towards solo travel and travel with loved ones.
So instead of doing those big tour groups, people are kind of going off on their own or with their partners.
Exactly, yeah. It's like that in-between stage, right?
Right.
Where they want the convenience of a package deal, but they still want that sense of adventure.
Yeah.
And when it comes to destinations, Japan is at the top of the list, especially for travelers from Thailand and Indonesia.
Japan's a beautiful country. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for sure. The U.S. and France are also really popular.
Okay. So what do you think is kind of fueling this shift toward solo travel and those trips with loved ones? Is it about deeper connection? Is it wanting more control over the itinerary?
It's probably all of that, right? People
Yeah.
want authentic experiences, and sometimes that means getting away from the crowds and doing your own thing.
Yeah. I guess you could have deeper connections with people you're traveling with rather than being in that big group.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you're traveling solo, you have that freedom to kind of do what you want and see what you want.
Right. So the modern traveler is kind of redefining what adventure looks like, huh?
Definitely. It's not just about going to a place and checking it off your list. It's about these transformative experiences that really speak to you on a personal level.
Right. So let's move on to the research and booking part of things. What's kind of standing out to you in this report?
Well, one of the things that really caught my eye is the massive increase in people using search engines to research hotels. We're seeing a 10% jump compared to last year.
Really?
Yeah. And what's really surprising is that baby boomers are leading this trend.
Oh, that's interesting. I would have thought it would be Gen Z or millennials.
Yeah, you'd think so, right?
Yeah.
But baby boomers are becoming so much more comfortable with using technology and the internet.
Right.
And it's really changing the way they're planning trips. They're not just going to travel agents anymore. They're going online and doing their own research.
They're comparing prices and all that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. And it's not just search engines either. Online forums are becoming really influential,
Okay.
especially among younger travelers in the U.S. and Germany. They're turning to those forums for advice, for inspiration.
Okay. So instead of asking their friends or their family, they're going to these online forums and trusting these internet strangers.
It sounds strange, but yeah, it's happening.
It is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Why would you trust somebody that you don't know versus somebody that you've known for a long time?
Well, I think because these forums, they offer all these different perspectives, people who have actually been there, done that.
Right.
And it's really authentic, right?
No.
It's not filtered.
Yeah, it's like having a global network of travel buddies.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Now, online travel agencies, OTAs, are seeing an increase in bookings.
Okay.
But direct bookings through hotel websites have actually dipped slightly.
Why is that?
Well, a bad online experience can be a real turnoff. Over 50% of travelers have abandoned bookings because of frustrating websites or user interfaces that are just difficult to use.
Oh, wow.
And we're seeing the highest abandonment rates in Mexico and India.
So hotels are losing money because their websites are bad?
Yeah, basically. If a traveler has a bad experience on a hotel website, they're going to go somewhere else. It's as simple as that.
Right. So it's kind of like a first impression online.
Exactly.
If it's a bad one, they're going to leave.
Yeah. So let's talk about spending habits, because the report shows this really interesting paradox.
Okay. What is it?
So 46% of travelers are choosing standard rooms,
Okay.
which means they're being budget conscious, right?
Right.
But they're also more than willing to spend on experiences that make their stay special.
So they're willing to kind of like forego the fancy room to spend it on something else that matters more to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about prioritizing, right?
Right.
So, for example, 47% are happy to pay extra for breakfast. 36% will pay more for a larger room or an amazing view.
So it's kind of like they're getting the base model and adding the bells and whistles later.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And we're also seeing an increase in the popularity of hotel loyalty programs, especially in the U.S.
Oh, yeah. Loyalty programs are huge here.
Yeah.
People love those.
Yeah, and it makes sense. They give you that sense of value and recognition.
Right. And all the perks that come along with it.
Yeah. Things like free Wi-Fi, room upgrades.
Right.
It can really make a difference.
Yeah. So one thing that really stood out to me in this report is the focus on sustainability.
Yes.
70% of travelers are willing to pay more for eco-friendly stays.
That's a huge number.
It is a huge number. What do you think is kind of driving that?
I think people are just more aware of their impact on the planet now,
Yeah.
and they're looking for ways to travel more sustainably.
So when they say eco-friendly, are they looking for something specific, or is it kind of just a general term?
It's probably a combination of things. Some travelers might just want to see that the hotel is recycling and conserving water.
Right.
Others are looking for more comprehensive initiatives,
Right.
like are they using renewable energy sources? Are they sourcing their food locally?
Right.
That kind of thing.
It's a really interesting development, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a challenge for the travel industry.
Yeah. But I think it's also an opportunity, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Ah.
Hotels that embrace sustainability can attract a whole new segment of travelers.
Right. So we've got travelers going further, looking for unique experiences, embracing technology, and prioritizing sustainability.
Yeah,
It's a really dynamic landscape, that's for sure.
it is.
What other surprises did you find in this report?
Well, get this. Event-based travel is about to explode.
Really?
Yeah. The report says travelers are 65% more likely to travel for an event in 2025 compared to this year.
Wow.
So it's not just a small thing,
Yeah.
it's impacting everything.
Yeah. What kind of events are we talking about here? Like business conferences, family reunions, or is it something else?
Music events are huge.
Wow.
People are traveling from all over to see their favorite bands and artists,
Okay.
from big festivals to smaller concerts.
Yeah.
It's not just one generation either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gen Z is definitely leading the way.
Okay.
83% more likely to travel for an event than last year.
Wow.
But other age groups are getting in on it too.
Okay, so it's like a mix of everyone who just loves live music.
Exactly.
So when they're planning these trips, are they booking their hotels like way in advance, or are they waiting until the last minute?
Well, 58% of them are booking their hotels within a week of getting their event tickets.
Oh, wow. So they're not messing around.
No, they're not.
Only 7% wait until the last minute.
Yeah, they want to make sure they have a place to stay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
especially if it's a popular event.
Right?
Now, what about pricing?
Yeah, because, hotel rates can go up like crazy during big events.
Oh, yeah.
So what do travelers think about that?
Most of them are okay with it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, 65% to be exact.
Huh.
They understand that hotels adjust their prices based on demand.
Yeah. It's like that with everything these days.
It is.
Flights, ride sharing,
Yep,
you name it.
exactly.
So they're used to it,
They are.
but there's always a...
Yeah.
83% of travelers would consider booking at a different time if they were given an incentive.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a trade-off.
It is.
Hotels can charge more during peak times,
Right.
but they might miss out on those travelers who are looking for a deal.
Exactly. So hotels need to be smart about it.
Yeah.
Offer some deals,
Yeah.
maybe some packages.
Yeah.
Encourage people to come during the slower periods.
Right, like the shoulder season.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about the hotel experience itself.
Okay.
Because even with event travel on the rise,
Yeah.
travelers are still planning to spend a decent amount of time at their hotels.
More than half of them, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Over 50% expect to spend most or considerable time at their hotel in 2025.
That's a lot.
It is. So what are they looking for?
Yeah, what are those must-have features that make travelers feel comfortable and pampered?
Well, comfort is king, and it all starts with the bed.
Oh, yeah. A good bed is essential,
It is.
especially when you're traveling.
Exactly. And pillows and bedding are at the top of the list,
Okay,
especially for travelers from Spain, France, and Italy.
that makes sense.
They really value a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
Now, besides a comfortable bed, they also want a good view from their room
okay.
and effective temperature control.
Of course.
You don't want to be too hot or too cold.
No.
Now, when it comes to the bathroom,
Okay.
a nice bath is slightly more popular than a powerful shower.
Interesting.
Yeah, people want to relax and unwind after a long day of sightseeing or, being at an event.
Right.
But here's a funny one.
What is it?
Towel animals aren't a big deal for most people.
Really?
Yeah, only 13% care about them.
I guess as long as they have a towel, they're happy.
Exactly.
Okay, so comfy beds,
Yeah.
stunning views,
Mm-hmm.
relaxing bath.
That's right.
What else is shaping the hotel experience?
Well, the lines between work and leisure are getting blurry.
Okay.
41% of travelers are planning to work during their stay.
Wow. So they're taking their work on vacation with them.
They are, and that's a 5% increase from last year.
So it's a growing trend.
It is, and millennials are the ones who are most likely to work from their hotel.
Makes sense.
They're the digital nomads.
Yeah.
So hotels need to adapt to this.
Right.
They need to have good Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
comfortable workspaces,
Uh-huh.
maybe even some business amenities like printers or meeting rooms.
It's like a home office away from home.
Exactly.
So wait, so what about pets?
Oh, pet-friendly amenities are becoming more and more important,
Okay.
especially for Gen Z travelers from Thailand and Indonesia.
So people want to bring their furry friends with them.
They do.
That's great. It's good for the pets and it's good for the travelers.
Exactly.
So hotels need to be welcoming to both digital nomads and their pets.
Exactly. It's all about catering to the modern traveler.
Right.
Now let's talk about artificial intelligence.
Okay. AI. That's a big one.
It is.
How is it impacting the travel experience?
Well, the report says that travelers generally see hotels as being tech-forward,
Okay.
but when it comes to AI specifically,
Yeah.
there are mixed feelings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, travelers from Asia and Latin America are more open to it,
Okay.
but those from Oceania, North America, and Europe are a bit more cautious.
So it's kind of a cultural thing.
It seems that way, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it probably has to do with how much exposure people have had to AI
Right.
and their cultural norms around technology,
Right.
and maybe even concerns about privacy and data security.
Yeah, that's a big one these days.
It is. So hotels need to be really mindful of these differences when they're implementing AI solutions.
Yeah, they can't just assume that everyone's going to be on board.
Exactly.
So where are travelers most comfortable with AI being used?
Housekeeping and room service are the most accepted areas,
Okay.
but they're less comfortable with AI handling things that require a more personal touch,
Right.
like cooking or concierge services.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want a human touch for those things.
Exactly.
So what about a fully AI-managed hotel?
Not many people are into that idea.
Really?
Yeah, only 12% of travelers support it.
So they still want that human interaction.
Yeah, they do.
They want to feel like they're being taken care of by a real person.
Exactly.
Okay. So AI can streamline things.
Yeah.
Make things more efficient.
Uh-huh.
But it can't replace human connection.
Exactly.
It's all about finding that balance.
It is.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned those individual traveler profiles,
Yeah.
the ones for different countries.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about a few of them,
Yeah.
but I want to dive a little deeper.
Okay.
Let's start with Italy.
Right.
What's driving Italian travel choices in 2025?
Well, like most travelers, they're using search engines to find accommodations.
Okay.
50% of them plan to start their search that way,
Okay.
but they're not as enthusiastic about AI as some other groups.
Really?
Yeah, only 5% of them say they'd be comfortable with AI managing all the key hotel tasks.
That's the lowest of any group globally.
It is.
So they're tech savvy, but they still value that human touch.
Yeah, they want that personal interaction.
Okay. And how much time are they planning to spend at their hotels?
Not much, actually.
Really?
Yeah, 30% of them say they'll spend almost no time at their accommodations.
Wow.
That's 17% higher than the global average.
So they're there to see the sights, not hang out in their hotel room.
Exactly. They're all about the destination.
Makes sense.
And they're also very environmentally conscious.
Okay.
69% are willing to pay more for eco-friendly hotels.
That's great.
Shows that sustainability is becoming more and more important to travelers.
Yeah, it's not just a trend anymore.
It's not.
It's a way of life.
It is.
Okay, let's jump over to Mexico.
All right.
What are Mexican travelers looking for in 2025?
Well, they love social media.
Okay.
21% of them start their accommodation research on platforms like Instagram and Facebook.
So they're looking for inspiration.
Yeah, they want to see those beautiful pictures and videos.
Makes sense.
And they really want a room with a view.
Okay.
61% of them say it's one of their top 3 most important room features.
That's 8% above the global average.
It is, they want to wake up to something beautiful.
Yeah. Mexico has some incredible landscapes.
It does.
Beaches, mountains,
Yeah.
cities.
Yep.
It's all there.
It is now, they're also very price sensitive.
Oh.
Only 12% of them say that higher prices wouldn't affect their choices.
So they're looking for a good deal.
They're willing to shop around,
Okay.
and they love their pets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 59% of them say that pet-friendly policies are more important to them than in previous years.
Wow.
That's 13% above the global average.
So hotels in Mexico need to be ready for those furry guests?
They do.
Okay, let's move on to Singapore. What sets Singaporean travelers apart?
They love to travel.
Okay.
93% of them plan to travel internationally in 2025.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is, they have a strong passport,
Right.
so they're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, they're exploring the world.
They are, and they're okay with dynamic pricing.
Okay.
Only 6% of them are against hotels adjusting their rates during peak periods.
That's less than half the global average.
It is.
So they're not as worried about price fluctuations.
No, they're more focused on the experience.
Okay, so what kind of experience are they looking for?
Well, 63% of them plan to spend most or considerable time at their accommodations.
Okay.
So they want a comfortable and relaxing base.
Right.
And 44% of them consider a bath to be one of the most important room features.
That's more than any other group.
It is.
So they like to unwind after a long day of exploring.
Exactly.
Okay, and are they willing to pay extra for convenience?
Oh, yeah. 1 in 3 of them are happy to pay for early check-in or late checkout.
That's 9% above the global average,
It is time is precious.
especially when you're on vacation.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about Spanish travelers.
Okay.
What are they prioritizing in 2025?
Value for money.
Okay,
They're the most likely to book a standard room.
okay.
59% of them choose that option.
That's 13% above the global average.
It is.
So they're budget conscious.
They are, but they still want to be comfortable.
They're finding that balance.
They are, and they're also mixing domestic and international travel.
Okay,
52% are planning trips both within and outside of Spain.
that's a big jump from last year.
It is.
So they're exploring their own country and the world.
They are.
Is there anything they're not willing to spend on?
Childcare. Really?
Yeah, only 4% would pay extra for it.
That's the lowest of any group.
It is.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because family is so important in Spanish culture.
Right.
They have strong support networks.
Yeah.
So they don't need to rely on hotels for childcare.
That's an interesting cultural difference.
It is.
Okay, so what about their hotel room preferences? Pillows and bedding are a top priority.
Okay.
67% of them say it's one of their top 3 most important features.
That's the highest of any group.
It is.
They really value a good night's sleep.
They do.
Okay, let's finish up with Thailand.
Okay.
What makes Thai travelers unique?
They're very security conscious when they're booking online.
Okay.
33% of them have abandoned a reservation because a website didn't feel secure.
That's understandable.
Yeah, you want to make sure your information is safe.
Definitely.
They're also really influenced by guest reviews.
Okay.
22% of them say that reviews are the most important factor when choosing a hotel.
That's higher than any other group.
It is. They're doing their research.
Yeah, they want to know what other travelers have experienced.
Exactly, and they love music festivals.
Okay.
47% more likely to travel for one in 2025 compared to last year.
Wow.
And they're pretty flexible with their travel dates.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 89% are willing to consider booking at a different time if there's a good incentive.
So hotels could attract them during the off-season
They could.
with some good deals.
Exactly.
And lastly, are they part of the work from anywhere trend?
They are. 68% of them are planning to work during their trip.
That's a lot.
It is.
The highest of any group.
Is.
So blurring those lines between work and leisure.
Yep.
Okay, so we've gone around the world,
We have.
looked at all these different traveler profiles,
Oh.
learned about their preferences and their motivations.
It's amazing how much diversity there is.
It is.
And it's so important for hotels and travel providers to understand these differences.
Right, they can't just have a one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need to tailor their offerings to each specific group.
Yeah.
They need to go beyond just providing a bed and a roof.
Right.
Create experiences that resonate with these travelers, make
Right.
them feel special.
Yeah.
And of course, it all needs to be sustainable.
And tech savvy.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
A ton of information.
It's amazing how much this one report tells us about the future of travel.
It is. We've talked about global trends, specific traveler segments, booking behaviors, technology.
And so much more.
Yeah, it really shows the power of data-driven research.
It does.
And it shows how important it is to stay informed and adaptable in this industry.
Absolutely. Things are changing all the time.
They are. So are you ready to wrap things up?
I am.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so let's take a step back and look at everything we've talked about today.
Huh.
What are the key takeaways from this Changing Traveler Report 2025?
Well, it's clear that everything traveler is here to stay.
Right.
They're a complex bunch, but there are some things they all have in common.
Okay.
They're adventurous, they embrace technology, and they prioritize sustainability.
Yeah, it's like they're redefining what it means to be a traveler.
Exactly. It's not just about going somewhere and checking it off a list anymore. It's about having meaningful experiences, making memories, and leaving a positive impact on the world.
Right. And they're doing it in a way that's personalized and informed.
Yeah, they're using technology to plan their trips, compare prices, read reviews, and get recommendations from other travelers.
So hotels really need to have a strong online presence.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
A website that's easy to use, a booking process that's seamless.
Right.
It's not just a nice to have anymore. It's essential.
Yeah, because if it's not a good experience online, they'll just go somewhere else.
Exactly. And once they get to the hotel, their expectations are high.
Okay.
They want comfort, convenience, and maybe a little bit of luxury,
Yeah.
but they're also willing to pay more for things that align with their values.
Like sustainability.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
pet friendliness.
Right. So sustainability is a big one.
Huge. It's
Oh.
not just a trend anymore. It's something travelers expect.
So hotels need to really commit to it.
They do. It's not enough to just say you're eco-friendly. You
Yeah.
have to actually walk the walk.
Yeah, make those changes.
Yeah.
Invest in those initiatives.
Exactly.
Okay. And we talked about the rise of event travel.
Oh, yeah. Music festivals are driving a lot of travel these days.
So hotels need to be ready for that.
They do. Offer some flexible pricing, maybe create some special packages.
Right. Catered to those event goers.
Exactly. Partner with local venues, offer some curated experiences.
Then make it special.
Make it memorable.
And what about the whole work from anywhere trend?
Yeah, more and more people are working while they travel.
So hotels need to adapt to that too.
They do. Have good Wi-Fi, comfortable workspaces.
Right. Make it easy for people to get their work done, but also relax and enjoy their vacation.
Exactly.
And we can't forget about pets.
Oh, yeah. People love their furry friends.
And they want to bring them along.
They do. So hotels need to be pet-friendly.
Yeah. Have those amenities, make those pets feel welcome.
Exactly.
Okay. So AI, big topic.
Huge potential, but still some uncertainty around it.
Yeah. Hotels need to find that right balance.
They do. Use AI to make things more efficient, more personalized.
Right.
But don't forget about the human touch.
Right. Because that's what makes a hotel stay truly special.
Exactly.
So AI to enhance, not replace.
Exactly. Use it for things like personalized recommendations, streamlining check-in,
Right.
even providing 24/7 guest support.
But make sure there are still real people there to interact with.
Absolutely. People want to feel welcomed and cared for.
Right. They want that human connection.
Exactly.
So everything traveler is demanding a lot.
They are. They want it all.
And the travel industry needs to step up.
It does.
But it's an exciting time to be in this industry.
It is. There's so much innovation happening.
And with data like this, Changing Traveler Report 2025,
Yeah.
hotels can make smart decisions,
Absolutely.
enhance the travel experience, and really thrive.
Exactly.
All right, so before we go, I want to leave our listeners with a question. If you were designing a hotel experience for the 2025 traveler, what would you prioritize? Think about what we've talked about today. Share your ideas. The future of travel is in our hands. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, keep exploring.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the future of travel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and updates. Visit Tourism, Capturing the Scene of Knowledge, a comprehensive website delivering the latest travel trends and innovations. Accelerate your mastery of the tourism industry, all in one place. Navigate through a vast showcase of comprehensive business-oriented tourism content, 99% pure industry intelligence, and 1% academic, curated for discerning professionals. Why subscribe to Tourism? Capturing the Scene of Knowledge. Make informed decisions. Instantly access key reports and insights from top sources across the tourism industry. No research required. All in one place. Why split your attention? A single subscription gives you easy access to thousands of reports, videos, and infographics just as effortlessly as watching a 30-second ad. Save time with curated searches. Time is money. Let our subscription save you both by delivering valuable insights directly without the endless search. Until next time, happy travels.